to today's tip. Now I've got a cute little journal, I don't know what I would call it, like a journal panel for my scrapbook page that looks really, really pretty. Now you might not want to use it as a journal panel, you might want to use it just as, you might want to put a date or a title on it, or you might just want to create your entire page like this. You could make it on a larger scale, but I'm going to show you it on a smaller scale. What you're going to need is some contrasting card, and if you use your packs, they're great because they tend to have sort of matching colours and whatnot through them, and this is a great way of sort of matching up your colours without too much trouble really. The other thing you're going to need is some tags. Now I've got all sorts of different coloured ones that I've picked up from the post office. They're really cheap and they're fantastic for putting your journaling on. And this is a nice tip for when you've got maybe some personal things that you might not necessarily want to include on the front of your page, but you want to hide it just a little bit. Now the first thing we're going to do, I'm going to get my page up the top there. This is going to be the size of it, I think. It's going to sit down in this bottom corner. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to use my scissors. Now you might want to use some of your punches that have got lovely shapes on them. Just going to put that there. I'm going to have that as the top. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick a lighter one that's going to sit, whoops, just behind. So that's going to sit behind there. But then over the top of that, I'm going to create like an envelope that sort of sits just there. So I'm going to keep that exactly the same width, so I can put some glue down the side there. But what I definitely don't want is it to be longer. So I'm just going to make it just a fraction shorter. Now you might want to measure yours out, but I'm happy just sticking mine down as I go. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to reuse this again, and I'm going to cut it to the same width. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to add that same lovely bit of feature on the top there so that they match. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to glue this one down first, because then what that does is it leaves me with a clear indication of where to put and where to cut it. Now instead of using tape down the side, I'm actually going to use my glue, because my tape is just that little bit too thick and I don't want it spreading out over. So I'm just going to put a little bit of glue down the side for my extra tab here. And now we've got this fabulous bit that we can, I'm just going to make these a little bit shorter so they don't stick out the bottom. Now I can also glue the bottom if I wanted to. But look how cute that looks. I really, really love it. And I can put some rustic string through there, and that can sit in the corner, and then I can build my photos around the edge there. I can also decorate it with a few little embellishments. It needs something nice and bright. What have I got here that's nice and bright? Maybe a little bit of gold. Lots of different things that I could do to really make that journaling section of my page really, really stand out. I hope you've enjoyed this little tip, and I look forward to seeing you next time.